All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eternal Evolution. The Easter event is now live. In this video, I'm going to show you the best teams to use for the two events that are open for us on day one, namely Running Lion and Bombland. I am not going to go over the events in detail. I will save that for a separate video, so be on the lookout for that. This video is just the best teams to get the best score, okay? So if we look, current ranking, your boy on his main account is number one. So I think this lends me a little bit of credit. Now, Running Lion. First, I'm going to show you some mechanics on this account, and then we're going to go into the footage and the strategy. So their recommendation is heavy armor. That means tanks, energy characters, and knockdown with bonus damage, right? So you want to make use of knockdown mechanics in this fight. We'll explain. So let's first of all let's start this baby up so I can read you some mechanics. Now, this one doesn't matter to your score. Leo blah 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 does damage and then does increase damage to enemies, which means us. But I don't know if this event is currently bugged or whatnot, but I'm not taking any damage. My team doesn't take any damage. Near the end of the fight, they'll start to take some damage, but really this is just, as of now, if this isn't bugged, just score as high as you can and don't worry about heals. But it's weird that this is calling out them doing damage. And then his passive, which is where the crux of this entire fight leans on. So the attack speed to his allies, that doesn't matter. They're immune to CC effects, that doesn't really matter. When knocked down, right? When knocked down, damage received is increased by 300%. So your major focus in this fight is going to be to knock them down so that all of the rest of your allies can do super damage, okay? So that's really all you need to know from here. I'm going to give you a quick peek at the best lineup for this battle, which comes by the way of a guild member named Ember Strike. I did not come up with this comp. I just used it, and I was using other stuff, and this is by far the best one I can find so far. Now, keep in mind, this is still day one. Better teams might come out, but this is the best comp. I'm sorry if you don't have these characters. I'm just telling you, this is the best comp. And this whole team revolves around Pandemonium. Without Pandemonium, you're not going to score very high. So let's go back over here, and I want to show you why. So first of all, I want to show you the commander you got to use. You got to use this new one, because remember, this fight revolves around knockbacks. And this says, when an allied hero knocks an enemy down, they inflict bonus damage equal to 25% max HP, cannot exceed 20% of your own max HP, all right? And the reason why Pandemonium is important is for one reason. It's for his passive. So Pandemonium's skills, all his skills, have a chance to knock down targets. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to feed res to Pandemonium over and over again, and you're going to rely on Pandemonium to knock down all your targets, and then you're going to rely on your energy characters to deal the damage. Now, 30% base chance affected by accuracy. Now, you want to run him in the full Hawkeye set, which gives 120 accuracy. And then you want to go HP on the head, hands, and you could probably go HP as well on the feet, since you're not worried really about damage mitigation, right? So that's how you want to gear him for this. But stack up the accuracy so this is doubled. So adding 200 accuracy is going to make this a 60% chance on every skill to knock down the target. So this fight revolves around Pandemonium, and you're going to have to gear him a specific way for this fight. Really, accuracy and HP are going to be your primary stats that are going to affect this fight. Okay? Now let's look at the footage. So remember, you want a high accuracy Pandemonium with HP. Every time he knocks down an enemy, this boss is going to trigger, not your boss, your commander is going to trigger, which is going to ramp up the damage, right? So, build him. All Hawkeye sets go HP head, HP hands, HP boots. Now let's watch this. So you're going to want to run this on manual. And I turn Pandemonium, and I turned Rez, and I turn Nord off. I want Luke and Ravenna just to do what they're going to do. You're going to be feeding Rez to Panda every single time. So you see me here. I'm looking to try to hit as many targets as possible. You'll either be able to get 3 or 4 at all times. Now, and then you're going to feed directly to Pandemonium. You're going to do it again. So one thing to note is that sometimes these, some of these ads will get away from you. So you may have to redo this. You ideally want to keep them like this. You want to keep them all grouped up around Pandemonium to give you the best chance to hit as many targets as possible. You see here, I'm looking there. I can hit 3 right there. And then it's basically rinse and repeat. Now, on manual, doing this, it takes me about 7 minutes. Like, so this video is, or this recorded footage is about 7 minutes long. And you're just going to repeat the pattern over and over and over again. You see I'm looking for Panda. There he is. I just kind of had to pick him out behind Nord. Nord also I have on manual. I want to keep Nord in here. I don't want Nord getting too far to either side in case that draws an enemy away. But yeah, basically guys, gear Panda the correct way. Have Rez, Panda, and Nord on manual. Keep all the enemies grouped up. Always feed your Rez boosts into Pandemonium over and over and over again, because the only way you're going to do more damage, or the most damage, is if you constantly knock the targets down to allow Nord and the energy dealers to do their job. Now, I'm not going to make you watch this whole footage because, again, it is repetitive. So let's just fast forward. Where are we? 19 seconds, 16 seconds, 12, 5. Okay. As you see, look at, I am at over 5 billion damage, 28 million points combined total. And let's see, how much can I get? 29 million. Now, my Nord is X30, and there we go, new record. So my Nord is X30, my Pandemonium is X30, my Luke and my Ravenna are only X20, and Rez is also X20. So that's a huge score, at least for now, until we find a better comp. So now, let's look at the other one. Oh, I don't like this music. I disliked the Valentine's Day music as well. So let me just cue up that footage. The second fight is a little bit more RNG. So, Bombland. So basically, this fancy turbine boss over here, he's going to chuck bombs in here, and they're going to slowly make their way towards you down these tracks. If they make it to your side, you die. So, on this account, these are the characters that I'm using. I'm not really going for really, really high scores on this account. We'll show you the best team. Let's just... Actually, you know what? I probably don't even have to show you the challenge. Let's just go directly over to the footage. So this is so far what I've found to be the best team. Again, I did not come up with this team. That credit for that goes to Ember Strike, a fellow Revolution guildmate. Now, the thing you need Nord in here, because Nord is going to be feeding Thunder procs to your energy and your hunters, right? And they can hit them anywhere. But Nord is going to run around with like a chicken with his head cut off here, because he can't reach the back line. So one thing that I'm going to say is important is I found that it worked best for me if I had Ravenna positioned right here, because ideally you don't want her to get off to the corner. You kind of want her standing eventually where Nord is standing in order to hit the most amount of characters. Now, she can be like in here or here. You just don't want her to get off to the corners. When she does, she's going to be doing less damage. So, I do believe I tried running res on manual. I'm sure that you can run on manual for really good or for better results. But I, for the most part, just let res target Ravenna as much as he wanted, regardless of Ravenna's energy, because Ravenna can get so much energy recovery. I felt that just going over and over and over and over again was probably the best move. Now, again, you want to run Grace. You want to run a Grace Commander. And you're probably going to do higher damage numbers if your Ravenna is X30 on this event. Like I said, mine's only X20. And my Hunter hero back here, Rosaris, is only X20 as well. And you see Luke, or not Luke, Nord is sitting here running around with his head cut off with nothing to do. But you do still want him here because you do want the Thunder procs, right? Because the Thunder procs do damage based on Nord's attack. So I tried running Nord in an accuracy build since the Thunder procs are based on accuracy, but I found the trade-off for the lack of damage resulted in lower numbers. So you see right here, Ravenna's right in the middle. That's ideally where you want her, because look at, boom, she's hitting pretty much the whole field. Right? She's hitting everything. So do what you can to try to keep Ravenna right in the middle, where she can hit everybody. Luke, he's okay down here. Ideally, Rosaris up here. Between, if you can have Luke and Rosaris kind of on the edges, that's kind of nice because it helps just even everything out. Nord is eventually going to get up here, and he's pushing kind of Ravenna to the side, and eventually Ravenna does end up like over here. But right now, as you see her cone, she is hitting everybody. Luke, where his positioning is right here, he's doing as well, or he's doing well also. I don't know, I'm stumbling with that one. But you see now, my Ravenna got pushed out to the side. I didn't really see how that happened. So she was perfect there. She was in the middle, right? But there you see, in order to hit something, she had to be in the front line. And as such, she ran over here to do it. Now, you'll see her cone come out. Let's see if I can pause it. Yeah, you see now, she's hitting these guys, but she's probably missing this one, and she might even be missing this one over here. She's missing the edge ones. Yeah, she might have hit that one, but she definitely, I don't think she hit this one. So that kind of gives you the gist of it, of how to do this fight. I was trying to run Nord on manual to try to capture the most amount of mobs possible, but it really wasn't given his movement issues in this fight, it didn't seem to be doing all that, making all that much of a difference. So I eventually just put on, like, look at him, he's just sitting there doing nothing. He's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. But yeah, so let's see what kind of numbers do I get. 20, what is that, 20 million? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 21 million damage. I think that's decent. Obviously, you can get a lot higher score with Ravenna at X30, as I've stated. Let's pause that right there. As you see, Ravenna is the biggest damage dealer here. Rosaris is actually beating Luke, which is kind of nice. And Nord is doing damage because those lightning procs are going to count as Nord damage. Kind of like how Ampu, the summon splashes count as Ampu damage. Lightning procs count as Nord damage. So even though he wasn't doing a whole lot other than doing his ult a couple times, he was still benefiting and racking up the numbers from lightning procs, which is why you want to run this team. Now, do you want to switch out Rosaris for a different energy hero? I don't know. Maybe you're going to proc... I think you're going to proc lightning more. But Rosaris does a butt ton of damage, and she hits a lot of targets, which is why I kept with Rosaris in this comp. All right? Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the best teams so far for the Easter events, namely just the Lion Run, whatever it was called, Running Lion, and Bombland. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, put them down below, and we will discuss. Otherwise, go get them, Tiger. Peace. Cheers. Bye-bye, everybody.